Hi friends and students, again I came back to explain the concept of Newton's third law with the help of a small experiment which I will perform in front of you. When you see the experimental setup, here you will find one spring is there and two blocks I have kept it. Now, while listening the name of the spring, everyone will come to know that it is for the explanation of Newton's third law. Now, what is Newton's third law? We know that Newton's third law explains each and every action is having equal and opposite reaction. That means when you try to pull someone, when you will try to pull someone, he will try to oppose that. When you try to push some object will try to oppose that. Similarly, this is a very well-known Newton's law, and every person use and feel it into day-to-day life activity, that each action is having equal and opposite reaction. But in spite of that, I am explaining this law with the help of a small experiment, which is as. Now let us consider these two blocks. I am moving in opposite direction. So when I am moving these two blocks with my fingers in the opposite direction, spring is getting compressed and somehow I am trying to move the block. But spring is not happy with this. Spring also wants to move my finger in opposing of this force. That is nothing but reaction. The nature of action and reaction is opposite to each other, which I have already explained in the theory. If I am applying this force, this right hand side, this side, in this direction, then the spring will try to move this block in this direction. But when I am applying the force, this force in this direction, spring will, this portion of the spring will try to move this block in this direction. You can see now easily and you can observe, now I applied the force. When I am releasing it, the spring is moving this block in this direction. And when I am releasing this block, this spring, this block is moving in this direction. So what we feel, what we see, that when we put the spring, when we compress the spring, that is the action. Now the spring force is known as reaction, and you can see my hands are moving slowly in opposite direction. So this is an example, an experiment of action and reaction, which says action and reaction will be opposite to each other. So this, at this end, my action is in this side, so reaction will be this side. At this edge, my action is towards this side, so reaction will be this side. So again you can see that action and reaction, and my finger and my hands are moving opposite. So this small experiment explains us that action and reaction acts on simultaneously on two different bodies. Action of this block, force that from this block is acting on this spring. Reaction is acting from this spring to this block. My dear friend, it is very, very important concept which we use several times in theory, which I can teach when time comes. But right now try to understand. Action is because of block applying force on the spring. It is a different object. Reaction is the force by this spring which he is applying on this block. So there are two objects. Object is block, object 1, which applies action in this direction. Now, second object is the spring, which applies reaction in opposite direction of the block movement. So, we say that action and reaction acts simultaneously but on two different bodies, and their direction will be always opposite to each other. People understand this statement very fast, but practically there they do mistake. Action is the block force, reaction is the spring force. Action of the block force is in this direction, but the reaction of the spring force is in this direction. Action is the because of block, that is the object 1, and reaction is because of the spring, and which is the object 2. So action and reaction acts on two different bodies simultaneously and in opposite direction, which we have proved with this experiment. I hope everyone enjoyed all these 3 experiments, and I feel that they would have understand all the laws of Newton's. Thank you very much.